Yo, good morning. Like, I've never been to Egypt. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm sure you can. I'm at Raw Love, and I'm underneath the pyramid. I've never been to Egypt, but I am under a pyramid right now. It feels good. The vibes. Sending love and aloha to you. Zaid, what's up, my brother? Long time. How's the munchkin? The munchkin manchkin in the mansion here in Tulum, and I'm thinking about this. I'm cruising today on the motorbike. Long time, just like the days of old when you were here, brother. And I'm like just feeling these moments of joy, happiness, these like stupid laughter that comes out when you know you've been through some shit and you're giving yourself that time in life to release. So if I was to label this a name, it would be It Takes Time. And we know this, right? Imagine all that you've been through just to get to that point of shifting your mind, even leaving, taking the family somewhere else, the whole process. I've done it before. I did it in my 20s. Leaving St. Louis to go to Baltimore, taking work there, upgrading the family standard of living, recontextualizing what it was, to work in a certain way. And then I had a whole nother life, 2 other lifetimes after that. So I'm really proud of you, excited for you. Best believe once I get jumping around again, maybe I'll, you catch me in Dubai, because I have some peace to make with Dubai. I almost died there a couple times. Had a really interesting experience in Dubai where I was actually writing my death note to my siblings to apologize for not making it, but life took me off to Russia, I guess. So it worked out, and I love you, man. I also found some old videos, me, you, your beloveds, hanging out, chopping it up in that one house that you guys had when you first came back. Remember the dogs? Thank you. Absolutely. We'll come. I've also done some powerful ceremony there, which, when I think back, man, it's like, you go through all these stages of things having happened to you in life, or you happening to the things, and it's easy to keep moving forward and not take the time to reflect in gratitude. Pause. There you go. And I know you're a man of, speaking to my brother Zaid of We the Infinite, he's a man that's taken a lot of time to, put moments of introspect, of reflection, of pause, sticking to his practices, and we see how that's shifted things. It's that consistency that you offer. So I'm really, grateful for that attribute of manhood. And also, of course, we find this in our women too, but it really benefits us. So I'm cruising around Tulum, old school style, brother, like I just got here. I left my bike up at the spot since the hurricane, and I took a walk. Now that I'm living in kind of more jungle out, region 15, I decided, all right, today I'm strapping up my bag. I got my tools and all the goodies, helmet, etc., and I'm just gonna hoof it. I walked. It didn't even take that long. I got there, worked on the bike, got it going, and I'm cruising right now, getting ready to go back home. No, actually, I'll go to work. I'll go to the spot. And, but I'm also taking this time to reflect on the emotion that's been coming up. You haven't been here in a minute. I don't know if, you won't recognize Raw Love as it is. Let me just pan out for you. Maybe you saw this before you left. I think you did, because Anthony was here jamming. So those paintings are the same. Now they got a shala upstairs. Again, like I said, they got a pyramid just like you had in your living room. I wonder if you still have that up. And this space is only gotten more beautiful. So big up to Raw Love, big up to Tulum, and the journeys that we go on here, learning, growing, expanding. In fact, this old shirt was a shirt that I came to Tulum with. Very little amount of gears. I'm actually wearing, this is the first outfit that I wore, minus the shoes. It's bizarre to just randomly put these things on and get back into that old mode, and then feel some of those old things. So I want to encourage those of you who have been going through issues with relationships, your job, looking at the different things that are going on in the world and transitioning right now, just take a pause. And if you're someone that a lot of people seem to run to and come to, there's a reason for it. So honor yourself. Come to yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to feel you, to experience you, and then laugh. And really, for the men, man, we release in different ways. I'm definitely I'm keeping an OG. I'm keeping a TG, Tulum G over here, whatever that means. And, I'm settling, I'm doing things. You guys also, I have, like you and Ivy, Rumi in mind, because there's a lot of families still coming up here, and I've been always interested in creating things. So now we'll be doing stuff with the youth, with mentorship. First thing you got to do is vet the fellas out. So of course I'm looking at all the men to make sure that they're good men to have around children. And I think after, it's been enough time, so I know we're good for that. And then now we can introduce these kids, and I've spoken to how we'll carry ourselves around the young men, because it's an opportunity to impart for them to feel what they're missing, and also to have something to look to. I went to a little concert / like, it's a play for Ladle and the Good, and this other group took Tulum, but this woman came all the way from New York. She's Mexicana as well, but she came here to represent and to show love to these kids, man. And it was so beautiful to watch this play, and I missed out on a lot of that with my daughter. My fault. But wow, what a gift to feel what you feel as a man with the fatherly mind, looking upon the youth in their imagination, in their creativity, and I know you're big on that too, and just creating. And we can miss out on that, especially here in Tulum, where everyone's on their grind. People fall into mentalities of scarcity. We're just big kids, and we get to create, and the bigger kids have to do a little bit more work. They have to toe the line. So I'm open for it, and for those of you in Tulum, a lot of people come down here and think and jump into another aspect of themselves. But don't forget, you can come here, you can explore your creativity and everything, and then you can also go back to your old field and imbue that work with the creativity. I'm not opposed to going back to my old profession, because I'm going to go back as a different being, with this different consciousness, navigating the avatar of the old profession to imbue it with a different light. And then you have the stability, you have the opportunity to be all in your creativity and also balance it and show other people how to make the transition. So if I was to go back, even for a month or two, I'm going to go back. The work is, what is that work to me now? Right? Now I can do it. I have a different holistic mind, and I can really dig in and support the other men that I used to work with who have no idea of the world that exists outside of our profession, be it health physics, working with the military, etc. And I'm also, been in some good talks with some of the other brothers that I know who have served, just getting a deeper understanding of their journey since then, serving, now going into having received medicine, coming out of that space, restarting their lives over again in different ways, really getting fulfillment and acknowledging what they didn't have. So I'm walking with a lot of case study wisdom, because I spent time with older men. And it's a gift. I spent time with older men and older women, and I knew what I was doing when I was spending time with them. Fortunately, beforehand, it was an enjoyment thing, and it was just like, wow, I missed this in my life. But after I had decided I was going to kill myself and then decided, oh, wow, life's amazing, old people took on a whole new value, quote-unquote old people. And so I could see the youth inside of them, but also all of my ears are open to the wisdom that they share. Even in some of their seeming immaturities, there's a lesson, because they've made it to that age in that time. So I can keep this one short. The encouragement for today is to give time. My father used to say it, and I used to get irritated with him. He used to say things like, son, it is what it is, just randomly. And I'd be like, well, what do you mean? And okay, it can't be nothing but what it is. It's it. Aha. Annoying, but true. So giving time allows for the unfoldment of who you are. And within that giving of time, there's a thing called spaciousness. Grant yourself spaciousness to be. Men, take some time out to yourself. Go for a cruise. Turn the phone off. If you're in a relationship where it's different if your wife's pregnant, you have a baby on the way, there's some emergency situation, of course be accountable. But everybody has the right as a sovereign being to have a little space to themselves, because they grow in that space. And if you're in a relationship where you're unable to grow, there's different ways to address that within the relationship. So I'm not a fan of just drop it. But I'm also willing to say, yo, if the shit ain't working, be real. Decide, cut. Get some insight, get some support, have some guidance. You don't have to come out of a relationship right away. There's so much guidance and information and assistance in our ability to discern that you can always make a decision that's right for you, your family, the people around you, the community. Ultimately, it has to be right for yourself. So this is what we're doing in the men's groups. This is what I'm doing in my Man-bodiment 8-week journeys. I have guys who've done the 8 weeks, and then I'm like, all right, so we'll take a couple months. They're like, no, let's continue. So now we're like double up on the 8 weeks, but it's cool because I know how to space that thing out even within the intensity, and I'm really pleased with what I'm seeing. So I know I'm on my path. I know the path for me is I'm more comfortable around families because I never stopped thinking like a father, even though I didn't fulfill those obligations the way that I would have loved to. But I realize now that I have to go on my path, and I will get time to circle around, and of course I'm dedicated. So I'm a persevering man, and I definitely have marathon in mind, and I'm built for it. So I'm gonna wear that thing down, and I'm excited for all of us to be able to see what unfolds in all of our lives, and then to be able to come together again. I will be excited to go to Dubai. I have some things to make peace with, especially the highways, the airport, and man, wow, what a journey. And I have some people to say thank you to. I also have to make it back to Ethiopia, for sure, because I was done beautifully. Well, I was well taken care of in Addis Ababa. And I think, it's a good thing when you've been places and you've had certain things happen to get the opportunity, if you're so blessed and so increased, to go back and to say thank you for the experience that you had and having made it out. If the place isn't going to eat you alive when you get there, right? So, big love to Dubai, to you, my brother. There's a lot of people visiting here from Dubai right now. People think Tulum's busted, but I have a feeling we're going to have there's a lot of things moving here in Tulum. Just saying. I see people. My parents used to do this. I'd be in the car with them and they'd be cruising around looking at different real estate. And I'm on the streets here in Tulum. Not on the streets like I live on the streets, but I'm out and about, and I have an eye that looks, and I see there's people ready to invest. So consider that, brother, especially if there's an opportunity for you to broker some things for people. You got a man on the ground here as well, and I'm connected with some good people in the real estate side of things too. And I just want to always prosper my brothers and watch the boat rise in good ways. So maybe we're due for a chat. I love you, Zaid. I appreciate you. Love you, Ivy, if you catch this. Love you, Rumi. I can't wait to see the growth and the shift and hear about your adventures. I'm still adventuring here in Tulum, and I'm gonna just continue to dig roots now. I'm settled. We got a little villa out here, more jungle style. It's great, but it's just so peaceful. So I'm popping into town for a day, do some work. I'm also working at Leaf Spa and the Vortex Vitality Clinic, you can call it. So it's like a vitality clinic, right? Where there's stem cells, NAD, other therapies. And so there's also an opportunity, brother, for us to collab, because there's a lot of people. Actually, Dubai is a place that people go for those kind of therapies. Tulum's a close place to the States, and also it's fair. We have fair priced, well sourced, regenerative medicine here. And then there's me now going back to doing ceremony with Iboga and Bufo. I'm excited to get started. I was coming out of this funk that I had, but I realized if you need people who are as sincere as me and considerate and willing to come at it with the right angle and take proper responsibility for such a great shift in consciousness. So with that said, then I'm like, all right, I'm back at it. So now I'm preparing myself for this. I love you so much. For all of you who tune in, thank you. This is for you. All right, give time. Enjoy the blessings. Thank the things that made you what you are, because really you're thinking yourself. You're giving yourself the space to witness yourself. And until I'm under the real pyramids, the Giza pyramids, I'm here, growing gray hairs in my beard and my eyebrows. I have gray hairs in my eyebrows. Tulum, you've done it.